This is the Valley Today.
New this morning, the Michigan baby formula plant has been forced to halt production after severe weather moved through the area. Abbott announced the pause in production after heavy rainfall overwhelmed their stormwater system, resulting in major flooding at the plant. The company has stopped production of its L-Care specialty formula in order to clean and resanitize that plant, and they will consult with the FDA about testing to ensure the plant is safe enough to continue production. Abbott says the entire process will likely take a few weeks, but says they still have enough product to meet demand. The company will have produced 8.7 million pounds of infant formula in June for the country. Also new this morning, concerns are growing over reports that 2 Americans are missing and may have been captured by Russians on the battlefield in Ukraine. Both men are U.S. military veterans. Andy Hoyne served in the Marines and Alexander Druki served in the Iraq War. Fellow soldiers say they were volunteering with a unit of foreign fighters in the Ukrainian army when they went missing amid a fierce battle near the Russian border. The January 6th committee is releasing new footage from the day before the Capitol riot. It's this footage right here. You see a man there taking a photo of a stairwell. Not generally something tourists take pictures of. It appears to show Republican Representative Barry Loudermilk giving a tour of the Capitol to the man that the committee says would march on the building the next day. Loudermilk says there was nothing out of the ordinary about that tour and denies any wrongdoing, saying that no Republicans gave reconnaissance tours and any narrative of those claims is false. It is now 6:02 on this Thursday morning. Let's get a check of the forecast. Lisa, I'm loving how we can see that sunrise in the metro this morning.
Yes, it's beautiful out there. We are enjoying a gorgeous start to the day. As far as how it looks outside, you might get blown around a little bit as you step out the door, though. Here's a look at our wind. It's out of the west still. We do have some gusts in the 30s to 40s. It's not widespread gusts like that, but still there are places where they've been picking up. And right now, Fergus Falls, a gust to 40 miles per hour. That's a westerly gust, and Jamestown is at 30. Right now, Fargo's not so bad. We don't have a gust being reported at the airport, though that could change by the minute here, of course, in the region as we continue to see and be influenced by some windy weather. So I want to report our wind gusts that we're expecting here to give you an idea of what kind of relief we'll be getting here soon for today. And looking ahead, you can see through mid-morning, through the early afternoon, gusts will be topping 30 miles per hour, maybe at times 40. But by the time we get into the late night hours tonight, those will start to ease up. So it's going to be a windy day, but the winds will really start to come down into the later part of your evening hours tonight. Temperatures into the 50s and 60s out there. We're looking at conditions that are a mix of some clouds and sunshine. Again, Fargo, we're enjoying that beautiful sun here. Grand Forks, sunny with 59 your temperature there too. And then there are places like Jamestown and Bemidji seeing some cloud cover, and there could even be a few sprinkles falling from those clouds. A few of those showers stretching around the Detroit Lakes area back up into Hubbard County there. And so this is an area where we're going to watch that shower activity eventually move on, and you'll end up with some quieter weather here for the morning hours. But I can't rule out a shower or two popping up here as we make our way into our Thursday. Our temperatures are going to be a bit cooler. We'll be into some mid-70s for your highs. And part of the reason for this is that wind changing to a more northwesterly direction as the day goes on. We'll see that wind start to ease up, and we'll see it cool down a little bit for us as well. So again, a nice break from what was very stormy weather to start off the week and before the heat cranks up. So we're going to talk more about that extreme heat coming our way in just a couple of minutes.
All right, we'll check in again with you later. Lisa, thank you. A lot of people are going to be hitting the lake to beat the heat this weekend. The Valley Today's JC Dodd joins us live this morning from Lakes Country with an important safety reminder before we head out to the lake. Good morning, JC.
Good morning, Jordan. Yes, we are here on the Becker County Sheriff's boat on Big Detroit Lake here over in Lakes Country. A lot of people are ready to hit the lake, enjoy the warm weather that we have coming. I know it's going to be super hot, like Lisa was just saying, so there's a lot of safety reminders you want to keep in mind. So we've launched the boat. We've gone through a lot. Joining me live this morning is Sheriff Todd Glander with Becker County. We've got our life jackets on. It's a little cold and windy. Talk to me, how did we get here? What are some safety things?
So, yes, we did our safety check before we hit the water. Everybody has their life jacket on this morning. All the safety equipment is on board and ready to go. But once we're on the water now, there's different things that we have to look out for. And one of those is right behind us. We have a no wake zone buoy. Every lake may have a different buoy on it, whether it's a swim buoy, no wake buoy, and it's very important to, again, be mindful of those buoys and follow those rules.
And we talked about with the high water this year, there's some more things that you need to keep in mind.
Yes, a lot of people on the shorelines are experiencing high water levels, and they're working hard to protect their shoreline. And so just be mindful of that and slow down. If you're close to shore, try not to create a wake, because that does cause erosion on the shoreline.
So know your lake. You want to know where you're going, and if it starts to rain, we've got a little bit of sprinkling right now, but you want to head to shore, but be very careful when you're heading back to shore.
Yes, be very careful. Again, if you're heading back to shore, more than likely other people are heading back as well. So be courteous, be boat safety, obviously, and just watch out, where you're going.
But we can still have fun this weekend, enjoy the triple digits, try and cool off and beat the heat out in Lakes Country. I do want to say, Jordan, this morning we were saying it's chilly out here. It is actually warmer in the water than it is the air temperature. It is 65 degrees in the water and 63 outside. So chilly this morning, but we have some triple digits and some sweltering weather heading our way.
All right, if you need to warm up, JC, just go overboard. That's how you can do it this morning, I suppose. We're just kidding. Anyway, reporting live in Detroit Lakes this morning, JC Dodd, thank you. It is now 6:07. Authorities say 47 cats were rescued from a vehicle that was parked in sweltering heat at a southeastern Minnesota rest area. The cats were discovered Tuesday about 50 miles north of Minneapolis, and they were living in a car with their owner, who recently became homeless but didn't want to leave the animals behind. An Animal Humane Society investigator says the owner recognized the heat made it impossible to care for the cats and welcomed the help. Despite the heat and unsanitary conditions, most of the cats only had minor medical issues. They will be neutered and then put up for adoption. Fargo police are pointing to 2 high-call areas in the downtown area. They say within the last month they have responded to more than 600 calls downtown. Many were involving assaults and thefts. Police say a majority of those issues were called in at the intersection of 4th and Broadway and at the Matt bus station. They often involve disturbances with people who drank too much, which is something that people who live, work, and hang out in downtown say does not surprise them.
Alcoholism is a disease, and there's no way to get around it.
There's a lot of individuals that congregate there, a lot of people that pass through there on a daily basis.
Fargo police say Wednesdays and Sundays are the 2 days with the highest amount of calls for service. And while one of those may make you scratch your head, officials do say there are more officers that work on Wednesdays. So many of those calls are actually officer generated. Coming up, the man who shot President Reagan to get the attention of actress Jodie Foster is out of custody and walking the streets a free man this morning. But next, Elisa Green is in with what you need to know for your forecast. Nice sunshine, but it looks deceiving. The wind is howling out there. She'll let us know when that should calm down.